It's been a while. Let's catch up. Today's video, I'm going to give you an update on the past few years. It's been a long time since I've posted anything consistent on this channel, and I think it's time to get back into it. So I'm going to break it down kind of based on 3 different categories: career and location, cars, because this was a car channel forever, and it kind of ties into the first one, and then what's next. Most of my past videos were filmed in Michigan. That's where I was born and raised. That's where I had garage space to work on cars. After working at General Motors for a couple of years, I ended up getting a really enticing offer to go to Navistar and Navistar's International Trucks. You've seen their trucks all over the road, all over the world. The headquarters for Navistar is in the suburbs outside of Chicago. I had some buddies in the city, and I figured, why not give it a go? After being in Chicago for about a year, I was ready to go somewhere with more outdoor activities. Fast forward to now, and I live in Vermont. I'm the marketing manager for a ski company called J Skis. The website's in the description. Check them out, pretty rad product. And yeah, I've been in Vermont for the last 2.5 years. This is gonna be my 3rd winter. If you wanna know more about my current job working in the ski industry, drop a comment and I can make a video on that. Let's talk about cars, because this was always an automotive style channel, DIYs, installs, track events, all that kind of stuff. When I was last making videos, I had my Land Rover LR3, which a lot of you probably subscribed for. That was a super budget build. I bought it for like $5 grand, put a couple grand into it, did wheels and tires and lift and all that stuff, roof rack. It's pretty sweet. I really miss that vehicle, and I say miss because when I moved to Chicago, the Land Rover just wouldn't fit well in parking garages. It was super inefficient for driving back and forth to see family, which was about a 6-hour drive. And with 250,000 plus miles on it, stuff was starting to fail in different ways, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I ended up selling the Land Rover and picking up an E91 wagon, so a 3 Series wagon, super mint, 60,000 miles, never saw winter before, was a great car, already lowered on coilovers, and I loved it. It was mint. It matched my E92 M3 that I still had at the time. While the M3 was for sale, I was going on trips in the wagon, having a great time with it, and unfortunately, while someone else was driving it, it got into an accident and ended up being totaled. I ended up picking up a BMW X5 SUV, and that was a pretty nice daily driver, got the job done. I ended up fixing some stuff and put it on some different wheels and tires. And the X5 was my daily while I lived in Chicago, and yeah, it was all right. At this point, the M3 had just sold, and I was just down to the X5, and I had just found out that I was gonna be moving to Vermont, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be skiing a lot and doing all these other things. So I decided to sell the X5 and get a Chevy Colorado. The Colorado was the extended cab with a 6-foot bed, and I had it for the last 2.5 years. I ended up doing a bed cap. I had a sleeper camper set up in the back so I could go camping all the time, even in the winter, with a diesel heater set up. Ended up doing roof bars and getting a rooftop tent this past spring, and just kind of changed little things here and there, and it was a pretty nice adventure vehicle. The only downfall to that vehicle was the back seat. With that extended cab, there was no back seat. Like, you had to cram people in there. It was uncomfortable after like 10 minutes. You couldn't fit real adults in there, and it was not it. So about 2 weeks ago, I just picked up a 2021 Jeep Gladiator Willys, and that's the new rig. I saved my rooftop tent, and I have plans to get a new rack system for the Jeep, among some other things, but I've already done a couple little tweaks to it to make it a little more comfortable and a little more practical. We'll talk about that in some future videos. But that's the rundown. I see the future of this channel being more gear and outdoors based, with some Jeep mods on the side. So more camping trips, gear reviews, skiing adventures, that kind of stuff. And if you want to see anything else, make sure you leave your comments down below, and it'll give me some good ideas for the future. I just wanted to catch up with all of you and let you know what's going on, where the heck I'm at. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and it's great to be back, see all your beautiful smiling faces, and I will see you next time.